How's it going, everyone? This is George, aka the Hypothetical Gamer here, and today I just want to bring you guys a Zoodiac Tri-Brigade combo tutorial on how to play the deck. The deck is really simple in the first turn, so it's not very difficult to really learn how to play it. However, there is a lot of intricacies to the deck, and I really want to take the time to be able to actually explain how it plays, at least for match commentaries. For just a basic combat tutorial, this is something to reference just going first, but really it comes down to your interactions, how you're interacting with your opponent. It's really going to come down how you hold those interactions, how you're going to play. For instance, holding Revolt after they made like Appaloosa or something, and then just chain blocking your Shureg to banish the Appaloosa. Sometimes that wins you games, for instance, stuff like that. So that's how this deck really works, and I really enjoy it. However, for our first combo, it's going to be very basic. All you need is Fractal or Tenki plus any other Tri-Brigade monster. So it could be Tenki and Fractal, it could be Nerval, or it could be Nerval, Karas, Kit, whatever. So in this instance, we're going to go ahead and do Fractal and Karas, just because that's easily one of the best ones to open. That's the least resource intensive. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And then we're going to go ahead and just draw 3 other cards that are in our hand. So it doesn't really matter. We're going to go ahead and start by using Fractal effect. Fractal is going to go ahead and send our Nerval to grave. Nerval is going to go ahead and add Kit, and then we will normal summon either of the Tri-Brigade names that we have in our hand. So we're going to go ahead and normal summon our Kit, and then Kit effect banish 2 to summon our Fairship. And then Fairship effect is going to activate to summon Karas. Now, the reason why I'm playing in these zones the way I am is just because it leaves the most zones open for like a Shureg under Revolt for follow-up plays. So from here, you're going to go ahead and link your Kit and your Fairjet off into a copy of Rugal. Now, a lot of people like to use Kit effect here, but I really don't, just because it wastes a Tri-Brigade name which you'd rather be able to draw into or add to your hand or something like that. And that actually does come up in the grind game, believe it or not. But Fairjet allows you to draw a card and place one from hand to bottom of deck. So in this instance, our hand's kind of garbage. We're going to throw back our Nerval though, because we're going to get to it anyway on the next turn. And then we're going to use Karas effect, banish 2, summon Ancient Warrior's Oath, double Dragon Lords, and then to end our combo off, we'll link Rugal and Karas into our Appaloosa, Bow of the Goddess for 2. So from there, just from any 2 cards, any 2 Tri-Brigade cards, you end on 3 interruptions and 3 cards still on hand. So that's what you end up doing. You end up getting to fix your hand a little bit for your troubles. So that's really, really nice to do. So that's the first combo. Like I said, once again, this deck is very, very basic. It's very mid-rangey in the way it plays. So the combos aren't hard. It's pretty linear in the first turn, once again. It's just how you do that follow-up play, how you break whatever interruptions your opponent was able to put up, how you break boards with this deck is really, really the key. So for our next combo, we do Zodiac, Rapier, or Tenki, plus any other Tri-Brigade name is how we're going to do this. So with this combo, we're going to end on pretty much the same board, except it's going to be it's going to end up being a 3 material Appaloosa instead of 2. So you'll see how the Zodiac engine comes into play. So in this instance, we're just going to do Rats and Nerval, because this leaves the best follow-up for you. Actually, we're going to do Tenki and Nerval, just because this leaves the best follow-up, and this is the best resources that you can use here. So we're going to go ahead and actually shuffle it here, and then draw our other cards for our hand. So Kit, Ice, Dragons, Nerval. Once again, doesn't matter. So to start, we're going to activate our copy of Tenki. Tenki is going to go ahead and grab us our copy of Rapier. And then we'll start by normal summoning Rat. And what we're going to do is we're going to essentially perform a Megaclops combo. Now, if you don't know what a Megaclops combo is, I'm going to show you here, because some builds opt to play it. So Rat's effect is going to activate. We're going to send Ram Ranch from deck to grave. And then we're going to overlay Rapier into Chalk 9. And then we're going to use Chalk 9 effect target Ram to special it. And then from here, we're going to overlay our Chalk 9 into Drident. And then Drident effect is going to go ahead and detach Chalk 9, target the Ram to destroy it. And then Ram effect is going to activate because it was destroyed by battle or card effect. Just target our Chalk 9 and summon it. Then we're going to overlay our Drident into Tiger Mortar. Tiger Mortar is going to target Chalk, and then any other Zodiac name in our grave, it doesn't matter. Ram is probably the best, so we're going to target that, and then we'll use Chalk 9 effect again to summon back any other Zodiac name. So if you were playing Megaclops, this is where you can make Megaclops. However, that is the Megaclops combo. But instead of doing that, because we want to make Appaloosa double Dragon Lords, we're going to go ahead and link 2 off into our copy of Fairjet. And then Fairjet effect, we're going to use to summon our Nerval. And then you've already seen where this goes. So Nerval effect will banish 2. Doesn't matter what we banish in this instance. We will summon our double Dragon Lords. And then we will link for 3 into our Appaloosa for 3. So off of 2 cards, once again, we were able to do double Dragon Lords Appaloosa, but Appaloosa still has 3 interruptions, so it is harder to die by a normal summon monster. For instance, if you're in the mirror and your opponent uses like Fractal effect or something, and then normal summons a Fractal, you just negate the Fractal, and then they attack over this, but it doesn't really matter because you bounce their Chaos back to hand, and it doesn't matter from there. However, from here, you would end up using Nerval effect to add. So I would actually end up adding a Karas in this instance because you're going to be able to get to a Fractal, you're going to be able to get to everything you want to. Then we're going to shuffle it up, cut in half, and see what we draw off our Fairjet. Sweet, we draw Ash. So Ash, we can go ahead and put back our Nerval because we're going to get to that later. Once again, you just need to be able to manage your resources really well with this deck. And really, 4 cards in hand off of this. So I'd say that's a pretty good investment in my eyes. Now, from here, we will do a 3-card combo. Now, this 3-card combo is going to go ahead and end on Drident, Appaloosa, double Dragon Lords. Now, it can be any combination of these. So, Kit, Tenki, or Barrage. It could be Kit, Tenki, or any Zodiac monster, and then Karas, which is not super uncommon to open. You could open this every so often. Or it can be Barrage plus Fractal or Tenki plus any other Tri-Brigade monster. So in this instance, we're just going to do these 3. And then, of course, shuffle. And then draw our other 2 cards for this hand. Oops. That didn't mean to happen. So, Fractal and Revolt. So we're chilling with this hand. This hand is really nice. So the way this is going to start is we're going to start by Karas discarding Kit to summon, and then Kit effect is going to activate. We will go ahead and send our copy of Nerval to grave. And then Nerval effect is going to activate to go ahead and add the other Tri-Brigade name that we haven't used, which is Fractal. Despite having one in hand, what we're going to do anyway is we're going to draw off our Fairjet and place the other one back. So it doesn't matter. Then here, I'd rather activate Tenki just to get the Zodiac monster in hand early on. So we're going to add Ram just because it has the biggest booty. Then we will use Karas effect, banish 2. To summon out our copy of Fairjet. the Barren Blossom. And then Fair's Jet effect is going to activate to summon a Fractal from hand. And then you've already seen this combo sequence before. So we're going to go and use our Karas and Fair's Jet to make our copy of Rugal, the Silver Sheller. So now, in some instances, right, what I'd end up doing up against something like Prank Kids is I'd end up just leaving Rugal double Dragon Lords on the field. But really, in this instance, we're going to go ahead and play this way. So we're going to go ahead and cut in half and then draw off our Fair Jet. We draw into an Ash Blossom, which is really nice. We can throw back our Fractal, which we're going to search anyway later in this turn, or on our turn 2. And then we'll use Fractal effect again. Or we'll use Fractal's other effect, banish 2, summon double Dragon Lords. And then link our Rugal and our Fractal into our Appaloosa Bow, the Goddess, for 2. Now, to end the combo, since we haven't normal summoned yet, we're just going to go and normal summon our Zodiac monster, in this case Ram, and then overlay for Chalk9, and then Trident. And that's all there is. The reason why you do Chalk9 Trident is because Chalk9 has the best follow-up. You still have 2 interruptions in hand. You're going to add a card off of Revolt in your during your opponent's turn, because what you're going to do is you're going to summon back your Rugal, since it was summoned properly, and then your Nerval. Then you can use those to link into Shureg. After you, of course, activate your Revolt. And then Nerval is going to go ahead and add that copy of Fractal to hand. And then really, you'll probably pop something with Trident as well, detaching Chalk9. And that's still 4 monsters in grave. So you have your follow-up, you have an Ash Blossom, you have a double Dragon Lords, which can send your dead Tenki from field to grave, and then you have Appaloosa with 2 interruptions. So really, this deck is super, super resilient. This deck is actually a ton of fun. It's not super resilient. It's somewhat of a glass cannon, but it does a really, really good job. Going second, it can make Zeus. Going first, it can put up a basic board, which is pretty strong. If Seal's Tidying is really strong, then I think Revolt double Dragon Lords is equally as strong, because you don't get the resources that way. So I hope you guys enjoyed this combo tutorial. Once again, I'm going to be doing match commentaries in the upcoming days. And the reason why is just to show you guys how to actually play out a match with this deck, because playing out a turn 1 versus a match is a completely different animal, and you need to understand how to do that. If you guys enjoyed the video, feel free to leave a like down below. Also subscribe to my YouTube channel. Check out my Twitch down in the description as well. I stream multiple days a week, obviously doing remote duels, but I've been trying to do like Jackbox and trying to do some party games with viewers and everything, and just have a nice, fun, chill time with everyone. So go ahead and please check that out. Also, check out my Twitter and my Discord. Discord, I really want to interact with everyone there more often. I've been asking how's everyone doing and everything, and I've been getting a lot better at that. So please check that out. And also check out Team Pie for Life down below. Those are the people that I play test with, and they're amazing players at the game. Check out all their deck profiles. You will definitely learn something from the way that they play. So that's all I have for you guys today. Hope you all enjoyed the video, and have a great day.